is a trading terminal that also provides with two trading bots in this app. So I'm just gonna try to explain how I use this application to do trades on Bittrex. So that's the exchange that I'm currently in, registered. Now, if you don't have Leonardo or you would like to try it, you can download it from the website. I will put a link in the description. And then when you log in, you can add the markets, and you just have to choose one of the demo exchanges listed to try it out. So the application is fully functional, everything works, but it will only simulate your trades, so your buys and sells will be simulated. They don't actually will happen in real life, but you will see, and you can see how it performs. Now, Leonardo has this, so you can see the layout of Leonardo. You have the candlestick graph showing. I currently have the pair NAV and VTC listed, and it can tell you here what is the current price of the coin, what's going on with this coin in the last 24 hours, and then you have the graphic that shows here, and you have the time frames. Now bear in mind, these time frames are for the whole window, so it's not actually the size, the time for each candlestick, it's for the whole window. So in this case here, you're looking at the graph for the past 12 hours. So when you're checking this, your trades, you need to take that in account when strategizing. And then of course you have the volume. It shows here how much volume was traded in the last 12 hours, so roughly, and also the amount in Bitcoin. So this is important because if a coin has a high volume, then it's gonna fluctuate and you have better chances of trades. So I'm just going to switch here to 1 day. As you can see, in the last 24 hours, 103 Bitcoins have been traded. So it's a very active coin, so that's a good thing. Now, the graph is a little bit busy because I have 6 indicators turned on. So just to help me strategize and decide on my trades. So I have the RSI indicator, which is a good indicator to decide when to buy or to sell. So basically I'm just using the default values, and basically what this indicator tells me, so if it goes above the 70 line, means it's time to sell, so I'm not going to buy anything at this point. And if it's below the 30 line, that means perhaps it's time to buy. So if I wanted to trade here using just this indicator, at this point here, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to buy. Then next on the line I have the Bollinger Bands. That's another indicator to help strategize, to decide. Basically the Bollinger Bands, the way you look at it, in simple terms, if the candlestick goes out of the shadow, the Bollinger Bands, again, so it's probably time to sell, not buy. And vice versa on the downside. So if it's out of the shade, then it's probably not a bad idea to buy. So you combine that with the RSI, so that gives you an idea if it's time to buy or not. So for example here, if I looked at here, so it's out. So looking at the Bollinger Bands, it seems like it could be a good opportunity to buy. But then looking at the RSI, you see it's going down. It's not slowing down; it's going down. So at this point, if I was at this time here, I would have just waited a little bit longer, see until this line would change and would start going up. So at that point, then yes, would be a buying opportunity. So at this point here, you see it starts to flatten out. Then maybe I would buy. But then I also use the exponential moving averages. So I use 2 lines. one with 13 candles and the other one with 34 candles. And the way it works that I use it is that if the smallest moving average, so the 13 candles, is below the 34 candles, then it's a signal to buy. So it indicates me that it's a buying sign. And if it's above the 34 candle line, then it's a sign to sell. So again, so this would help me here. So if I was again back in this, if I was looking to trade on this platform, so as you can see, at this point here, I would have not bought, because the lower, the smaller candle, sorry, the smaller moving average is actually above the 34. So it means, okay, it's not buying time yet. And here it just crosses, still not a good time. And then around here, I probably, then at this point I would say, okay, this could be a buying time opportunity here. I don't know if I would buy at this point or not, especially because at this point there's a green candle here. So that could signal that it's rebounding up again. So yeah, so I probably, if I was to buy, I would have bought probably around here. So there you go. So with these three indicators, that gives you an idea when how to do trades. So it's a great tool for that. This Leonardo the graphic is actually, I find it's faster and more accurate than the Bittrex graphic actually. And as you can see here, same thing. So at this point, the short exponential moving average is above the longest one. So that means it indicates it's time to sell. And as you can see here, the RSI also confirms that it's almost at the overbought indicator. So yeah, it then could be a sell. And so on. So this is indicator. There's also another indicator here that I have, which is just using the simple moving average, which is, so I have the long term, which is the blue one, and I'm using the Bollinger Band line for the short simple average. And this also helps determine what the trend of the trades are. So if it's an uptrend or downtrend, although visually you kind of can see that it seems to be on a uptrend right now for this coin. So it's just to help. It doesn't really help me determine when it's time to buy or sell, but it gives me an indication where it's going. Finally, I use this indicator as well. It's called parabolic SAR. This just basically tells you so the trend of the coin, so when it's down and when it's up. So it kind of gives you the spaces, and it just helps you see the overall picture. So for example, now I'm going to choose another pair. Let's take a look at NEO, see what we got for an example. So it's just buffering here. So as you can see here, NEO is clearly on the downtrend because the long moving simple average is now above the simple average, which is shown by the red thin line, which is just a simple moving average out of the Bollinger Bands. So it's above. So that means right now it's going down because the trades are the average is below. So that kind of indicates that as well. And as you can see here, so right now this would be a good investment, a good trade. So at this point, if I was to trade on this platform here, I probably would have it would be a good time to buy, because look, it's below the oversold, although it doesn't want to break it, but it's below the 30 line, so buying signal. The exponential moving average, so the yellow line, is way below